It's time for a throwdown as we review set number 76030, Avengers Hydra Showdown, here on TalkBricks. Hello and welcome back, everyone. Michael here for another episode of TalkBricks. And today I'm so excited to be reviewing set number 76030, Avengers Hydra Showdown. This set has 220 pieces, 3 minifigures, and 2 vehicles. And we're going to jump right into everyone's favorite part, the minifigures. Here we have all of the minifigures together. We've got the Hydra henchman, Thor, and Hawkeye. 3 figures for this small set, but nice that we get 2 of our Avengers figures and a villain. And here you'll get a good look at them from the back. But let's take a look at them individually. And our first figure here is Thor. Thor is really great. He's complete with his hammer Mjolnir, and we also get a great armor detail. You can see how shiny and reflective the printing is in my lights. But you'll also notice all of the intricate details within these circles. So you see all those kind of inscriptions, and that's a new detail for this version of Thor. He does have these more darker, kind of gunmetal-y, shiny arms, whereas in the previous movie he had light gray arms, so a little bit more authentic, I believe. He does have still this very light yellow hair, which a lot of people complain isn't too authentic to the character, especially when you can see that his beard is clearly of a much darker color. On the front, we have this angry face, but he does have one alternate face, which is this kind of smiling, kind of smirking face, which is really great. I'm a big fan of this face, really both faces in general. We do have this new, very soft cape, so it's really great because it doesn't wrinkle as much, but it is a bit thicker. And then we do have some back printing on Thor. It's just very similar to the ones that we had on the front, and is just a great continuation of the print. Overall, really nice on this navy blue, and that is Thor. Here we have Hawkeye, and Hawkeye is the bow and arrow wielding Avenger. And one thing that I've really noticed after seeing the movie is that Hawkeye holds the bow in his left hand, and that's why he has this black glove, which helps him to pull back the string. And this is a great detail that I'm glad that they kept over from the movie, whereas you would have expected him to hold it in his right hand. We do have some really great details of the new suit with these dark red arms, this dark red printing, and you can see that it goes onto the legs to kind of make it look like the overcoat that he was wearing. But we've got some nice buckle details on the legs, just a really nice printing overall. He does have these shades on and this kind of angry face, but I'm really glad that in Avengers Age of Ultron, we do get a new hairpiece for the Hawkeye figure. This isn't a new piece in general, but it's a far more accurate version, both in color and in piece-wise, a much better fit for Hawkeye's character. But let's take a look at the back. So I've gone ahead and turned around the headpiece so you can see this alternate face. So kind of a very determined, kind of concerned face, and just some simple back printing to match the front. Overall, I think a really nice improvement to the Hawkeye figure, just as I figure that his character got a better treatment in the second movie. I really think so did his minifigure in the second series of the Lego sets. Here we have the Hydra henchman, and you may be wondering what the intricacies of his armor and this face piece are all about. And it's actually some leftover Chitauri equipment from the first movie. The Chitauris were the aliens that came down to Earth. And we really see it reminiscent of the colors and the shapes from their characters and even their Lego prints. So it's a nice detail that they kept from the movie, and overall that's why he kind of looks like a spaceman. He's got some pretty simple legs here. I'm not sure exactly why they did that. He's got this slicked back hair, and he does have some back printing. Really intricate details, and you do see that Hydra logo in the center, kind of a simplified version of that. But it's a nice detail to keep in there. And on the back, he does have some more printing. It's not really an alternate face, I would say. I think it's just more to the equipment from the Chitauri that he was wearing. But overall, it's a pretty effective figure. Now that we've taken a look at the minifigures, let's dive right into the set. And first up, we have the smaller Hydra vehicle. This kind of looks more like a dune buggy style car, and you can tell that by this kind of roll cage, the bigger tire in the back, the front tire being smaller, and these 2 headlights. It really just screams that style of car. And ultimately, we do get a lot of interesting details. We've got the 2 headlights in front. We do have that smaller Hydra sticker that is at the front of the car. Some nice details, but ultimately a fairly simple build, but I really love the effective parts usage. I like these different bars. I like that we've got this engine piece, and it does have this gun at the top. Taking a look at this gun mechanism up top, you get to see one of the critical components of this vehicle. There's this one piece here that is this kind of telescope looking piece that seems to be part of the gun, but also it is the key feature for releasing the play feature of this set, which is using the super jumper to hit this antenna piece and knock off the gun. So when we do that, it releases this assembly. You can see that it's on this small hinge piece and can be bent forward and backwards, but usually sits at this kind of back angle. But when we close this up, it locks it in place, so it's not going to come loose. We do get this detail of the gun here, and if you just go ahead and you press this button here, you see that it pops right out. To access the interior of the vehicle, we'll just go ahead and pull down on this same mechanism. We can lift up this front cage, and it's actually a pretty nice build in there. You can see that we do have the steering wheel, the seat, and the back seat, or the back of the seat has this amazing little headrest detail, and that's something kind of unexpected in a set this small, and especially the smaller of the two vehicles. You can seat a minifigure in it. I have the Hydra henchman here, who just seats very simply inside the vehicle, as this is his vehicle in the set. So we just go ahead and put him in the seated position and slot him in there. And you can actually leave him seated up like this, because when we lower the cage, it just goes right over him. And that's another way you can tell this is that kind of more dirt road, kind of derby style car. So pretty nice overall. This is the second and larger of the two vehicles, and this seems to be more of an SUV. In the movie, it was pretty much all open, with no doors and no roof. So we do get some of that detail here, but we do have also all these little windscreen and rear screen pieces which weren't present in the movie. Up at the top, we do get some of the details of these kind of top floodlights, as well as this spinning turret that we have at the top to shoot off these flick fire missiles. This truck is complete with some beefy tires. We do have the headlight details as well as the rear details, which does contain a sticker. The rear sticker here says ZP41352. The other sticker in this vehicle is the Avengers logo on the hood. The interior of the cab is very sparse, just having this kind of back seat rest and the front steering wheel. We can fit Hawkeye inside by just snapping on the bow and arrow piece into this open clip and sliding him in from the top. You can just seat him down here, and that's how he looks inside the vehicle. And here we are with some of our final thoughts. So ultimately, at this $20 price point, you're not getting too many pieces, but some of them are used quite effectively. I really enjoy this Hydra buggy vehicle. It's a fun little build and quite successful. We do get some great figures. The only exclusive one to this set is the Hawkeye figure that we see right here. This vehicle doesn't seem to be that great, unfortunately. It's not super screen accurate, and it doesn't do as well as some of the other versions of this type of truck that we've gotten in the past, like the one in Loki's Cosmic Cube Escape from the previous Avengers movie. Well, those are my thoughts, and I'd love to hear what you guys have to say about this set. Do you like the figures? How do you feel about some of the gimmicks, like the super jumper piece? Ultimately, we want to hear from you, so feel free to leave a comment down below or connect with us on our Facebook, Twitter, Tumblr, and Instagram pages. We like to connect, and we'd love to see your pictures and hear your thoughts. Well, that's all the time we have for today. Feel free to give us a like if you liked what you saw here, and don't forget to subscribe so you don't miss out on any of our upcoming videos. Have a good night, guys. Bye-bye.
Hey guys, Michael here. Click on the annotation to make sure you don't miss our review of the Hulkbuster Smash, and subscribe to make sure you don't miss any of our Avengers coverage.